Good evening, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Infinite Trade. My name is Robin, and let's do our Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow. So today it was a volatile day. I think we do not have a better word because it was a Wednesday, which I realized very late today. So yeah, I did not expect this V-shape recovery today, but then one of our team member, he told me that it was Wednesday, and that's when I realized, okay, so this was possible. But anyways, I think most of us were able to capture the downfall, so I did it after this particular breakdown, because initially at this breakdown I couldn't see a follow through, so I had to wait for it. But then when I saw that it is about to break is when I entered and made some money in this particular red candle. But again, post this fall, there was no follow through, so eventually the market went up. So let me just clear some picture like what exactly has happened today. So we saw that pros, they had put shorts. Okay, so today's gap down, definitely they were in trouble. So imagine yesterday market was trading within this range, so they had put short, means they would have shorted some put somewhere in this area. But today market opened gap down below that. So this is a practice which I have watched before, and I have made a note of it in my book, that whenever market opens against pros, especially when they are short in options, what they do is, despite of market opening gap down or gap up, what they'll do is, if they are in the opposite direction, they'll start selling put options, or sorry, call options heavily in this case. Okay, market open gap down, and they had, I think, about 64,000 puts, if I'm not wrong. Sorry, so I don't really remember the exact figure, but definitely they had strong put shots. So what they do is, to neutralize this, you know uh, you'll have to sell double the calls. Like they'll have to sell somewhere around 1,30,000 calls. Okay, so that's when they can get this neutralized. Then slow and steady, they have to exit the puts and bring profit in their call options. So this is where they would have captured the profit in the call option, and they started covering their calls, and hence the market started going upside. Because at this point, I don't know how many of you notice the option chain. At this point, Bank Nifty was trading at a put call ratio of 0.52. So from 0.5 to 0.45, we expect that market can reverse, and they did not want to take a chance, and they immediately started booking their profits in the call, and eventually the market went up. So this is what have happened in the market, is something which I can think of. But anyways, so let's now discuss what should be the plan for tomorrow. And another reason for this particular volatility is, tomorrow we have monthly expiry, so not just a weekly expiry. So definitely the market can be volatile today, even it can be volatile tomorrow also. So right now we'll move on to the data to understand what positions FIs and pros have. And before we move on to the data, I think we should check how the daily candle looks. So Nifty is still holding this particular level. It closed above 17,000 and still holding this particular level. So we thought that Nifty would spend some time within this area, and that's what it's doing. So we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles here, and we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again 8 candles here. So as expected, Nifty is still in this range. Breakout maybe on the upper side, because there is a trend line which is going here. So a breakout on the upper side can take Nifty to this particular level, or in case if it breaks down, then I think God would save us. Okay, so let's see how things works. So this is Nifty, and let's discuss Bank Nifty too. So Bank Nifty is a little different from Nifty. So there are a couple of reasons for it. Okay, see, if you look at Bank Nifty's channel, this channel is very steep comparatively. If you look at Nifty's channel, okay, let me just zoom out a bit. So Nifty's channel is pretty okay kind of thing, but Bank Nifty's channel is pretty deep, or it's steep. So it's taking a halt here. We have a strong support somewhere close to 35,450 to 500, and that's where it took a halt here. And right now Bank Nifty is at this place. So we need a confirmation from Bank Nifty whether it fills this particular gap and it continues to move up to this place and fills this gap. Okay, so this also gives Bank Nifty a chance to consolidate here and break away from this channel and create a new trend, or else it should break this particular low and fall to this place. So what is that place? Somewhere close to, I cannot see the figure, somewhere close to 34,000. So let's see where Bank Nifty and Nifty heads to. Yeah, now let's move on to the data. Okay, so firstly, I think I would like to talk about the cash market. So FIs have sold for 4,064.54 crores. Okay, so net sell. So they're selling it continuously. No chance of buying as of now. And today's data is a little surprising. So Bank Nifty opened gap down. They closed a significant amount of long futures. Okay, this could be probably because it's monthly expiry tomorrow. And what was surprising is at this stage, they created some more shorts, which is around 20,171. So this is a huge number. And if you look at the net position in the options, they are long in calls and long in put as well, and both are similar. So we can expect a volatile market. So expect both side movement. So they'll ensure they make money on both the sides. And if you look at pros, they have call shorts. So the call short is around 1,64,000. So why this huge number? We already discussed this. This was to compensate the put short that they had yesterday, and that put short has been converted to some decent quantity of put longs. Okay, so overall, pros are expecting what we can say, bearish, and FIIs are expecting a volatile move. Okay, and since it is long on both the options, we may see some strong movements. So let's see if we are able to capture some good moves tomorrow. And if we have to check the net positions of FIIs, that looks a little dangerous at the moment, because if you see here, so suddenly, like yesterday it was here and suddenly it moved up and the long futures have moved down. And if you look at the overall numbers, let me just show you that. Oh my god. Okay, so the overall number also looks dangerous, because the short futures is about 1,19,465, whereas the long is just about 58,824. Okay, so overall the difference is 60,641. So extremely bearish in this case. So this can turn around also if there is any opening in the market which is against FIIs, and if they start to short cover, we may see a very good short cover rally. But whether it will come this Friday or next week is something which we'll have to watch out for. So that will happen in case if market doesn't move down. Now let's go back to our intraday chart and see what levels should we plan for tomorrow. So right now, looking at Bank Nifty, what we can do is this area, which is somewhere close to this place. Okay, so this is around 36,130. Okay, if we open flat within this range, and if we break this, so the level is 36,130. Do not go with this level. Okay, so if we break 36,130, we can buy call option and we can expect a momentum. Our target would be 36,450. Okay, so here we'll book our full targets. Even if the market goes up, we'll not really worry about it, but we should, I think, book our targets here. And the second thing is, in case we open flat and if we start falling down, we'll do nothing. Okay, and if we see a reversal at this point, which is around 35,800, we'll definitely buy a call here also, and our target would be somewhere close to 36,100, and there are chances that it may start spending time here, and this would give us a clear picture whether it will further give a breakout on the upside and continue the rally. Okay, so this is about flat opening, going up and going down. Next is we'll talk about gap up. Okay, so if we gap up, say somewhere close to 36,400 or something like that, this is going to be a place where they may start booking their call options. So we'll have to look for a reversal here, and since it's an expiry, the reversal may or may not come immediately. So we'll wait for a candle and see if the low is broken immediately. We may enter in a put with this high as an SL, and we'll book somewhere close to 35,900. Okay, so this is one of the strategy for a gap up opening, and then we'll not hold any position here because we already know that tomorrow it's a monthly expiry, so a lot of volatility would come and there's a possibility of trap here and there, and we may get stuck into it. So let's avoid that. And the next is gap down. So in case if we open gap down around 35,800, I think this is one of the best place to think of a trade. Why? Because we know FIIs have sold futures heavily, and then we know that they have put long, and since we also know that they have call long, all that we have to do is we'll wait for it to go up. Okay, so this up move from here, when we know that it is turning around, is when we'll buy a put. Okay, and why we can expect to turn around is we have 36,000 here, and a gap up opening would make all the bear traders to short 36,000 call, and that itself will create a strong resistance here. So it will not be that easy to clear it until and unless it starts spending time here for at least an hour or so, and then give a breakout on the upside. But this is going to be a best trade. So a gap down opening, come here to fill the gap around 36,000, turn around, buy a put here, we'll book some quantities here, and then we can expect a further fall until 35,500 also. So this is my view on Bank Nifty for tomorrow. Let's quickly check out Nifty. Okay, so Nifty, I think again it has a lot of problems here and there. So one such problem is, like, in case if we open, so we have a range here. Okay, so there is place here and there is place here. So Nifty definitely looks a lot sideways tomorrow. So what we should plan in Nifty is, in case if it opens flat and if it crosses this particular candle, so I think this level should be somewhere around 17,080 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's right. So if Nifty crosses 17,080, we can buy a call option. Our immediate target would be 17,200. Okay, and we'll book our full positions here. And in case if it opens flat and if it starts coming down, this can be a little dangerous. Like in Bank Nifty, I told you to buy call here, but in Nifty will not buy call here. We'll let it stay in this range for some time. Okay, so this is that range, and whenever this range breaks either on the upside or on the downside is when we'll go and take trade that side. Okay, so if Nifty breaks 16,000, what is this level? 16,962. So let's say if Nifty breaks 16,960, we'll go and buy put, and we can expect a target of around 16,700. And in case if it breaks after this consolidation, if it breaks 17,080, we'll still book at 17,200. Okay, and let's talk about gap up and gap down. So in case of a gap down, same like Bank Nifty, we'll wait for Nifty to go up, and once it reverses back, we'll definitely buy a put. And from here, our first target would be 16,900 and then eventually 16,800 in this case. And in case of a gap up, say it is opening around 17,100 or something, we'll wait for a dip, and in case if it turns around from this place with a small SL, we'll buy a call here for a target of 17,200, and that should be all about our trade tomorrow. And in case if I come across any good setup tomorrow to either buy a call or a put, I'll definitely update that on the Telegram channel. I hope things are clear. And so to summarize this, just keep in mind that FIs are expecting volatile move, so both side movement. So definitely a gap up or a gap down is possible, and whatever happens in the second half, we may get the opposite side move, so we need to be ready for that. So keep that in mind. And since pros are also having a good amount of call shots, a lot of chances are there that the market can be under pressure. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.